MAGA people, in his desperate attempt to distract from what he sees as the evil witch called the Epstein files, chasing him relentlessly, the orange Appalachian Jack has long ago thrown all the usual magic items to slow it down. Now he's getting desperate, and desperate times require desperate measures. His latest attempt involved posting an insanely offensive and deeply racist video, which used photoshopped images placing the heads of Michelle and Barack Obama onto apes. Now, don't get me wrong, I am convinced he personally does not care how bad this video makes him look. But unfortunately for him, there are still other people who do care, and who genuinely shuddered when they saw it. In the face of the backlash, the excuses came slowly and in sequence. First, it's not a big deal. It's just Trump being the Lion King you libs protested against during the No Kings protest, and we told you not to worry, he's no king. Then came the classic, it was an intern, blame the intern. And finally, he said that he only watched the beginning of the video, said, yep, post it, and never saw the offensive parts. That last explanation is probably the closest to the truth, and in the absence of hard evidence to the contrary, we're forced to accept it as the most plausible version. What we do not have to accept is the fact that this abomination stayed on his official account for roughly 12 hours, and we certainly do not have to accept the complete lack of an apology. By the way, neither should you, even if you are his most ardent supporter. It's also worth noting that he has used this same excuse before when posting at least one other controversial video. So now that we're covered what can reasonably be said about how this happened, the real question remains, do you actually believe him? This is a man who blew boats out of the water, invaded Venezuela, openly threatens attacks on Iran after he already bombed them, pushed hard the idea of annexing Canada and Greenland, sent militarized ICE and Border Patrol forces into major US cities, ordered no talks with the Democrats, thus forcing the longest government shutdown, beating his previous record, just to name some of the most notable acts. But surely none of them were attempts to delay or distract from the Epstein files. Am I right? And you truly believe this abomination of a video was just an oopsie daisy? Brothers and sisters, you have been lied to by the right-wing propaganda machine for most of your lives. I know how hard that is to see, no matter how many examples I give you. I know it's even harder to accept. But at some point, will you wake up? Maybe when you see how hard he and the Republican leadership fought to delay the release of those files. Or maybe when you notice that once released, absurdly large portions of the documents were completely redacted.